I'm reviewing the Duncan Hines Perfect Size. This is new. I usually don't buy box mixes of cake or whatever. If I make something, I usually make it from scratch, but I had a $1 off coupon, so I thought I'd give it a try. It says on the side, it's good for 2 to 4 people. It comes with a box inside that you bake it in, so let's see how easy it is and especially how it tastes. When you open it up, I think a minute ago I said it comes with a box. I meant it comes with a pan that's kind of like a box. So, and it comes with frosting, so you have to know which one is the frosting. This is the frosting. This is the cake. We're going to make that first. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a pair of scissors to cut open the batter. Dry batter. Dry cake mix, that's what it is. You can tell I hardly ever buy these. Alright, then I'm going to add a few things. I'm going to add 1 egg and 5 tablespoons of water that I've already measured and 2 tablespoons of soft butter, which is interesting. So you have to have your butter already softened. And then it says to blend it for 30 seconds on low, because they don't want all that stuff, all the powder going all over the place, and then blend on high, medium to high for 3. Then it says to scrape it down. Tight space to get the shot. So it's actually pretty well blended, and then blend for 3 minutes on medium to medium. All right, now it's ready to put into the pan. All right, so I scraped all this into the pan using my rubber spatula, and it's a sticky batter. It says to smooth it out. I'm comparing this to my chocolate wonder cake, which I'll link to also in the description box below. My chocolate wonder cake is so easy to make from scratch, and it's made in a slightly bigger pan, and it's not as thick and sticky, so it pours in nicely and goes flat. You know, you don't even have to spread it really. But this one I had to spread quite a bit to get it flat. So now I'm going to bake it at 300 degrees. I've already preheated the oven, which is, usually cakes are baked at 350, but this one's 300. And it's going to bake for between 34 and 39 minutes, and I'll be testing it with a wooden toothpick. The buzzer rang. So I pulled this forward, and I'm going to put in the, I don't know, it's kind of wet looking to me. It's a funny looking cake. I don't know if that's just a moist crumb. You know, it's hard to tell because I've never made this cake before. It's fairly high, you can see I just don't know. It's not really wet. You know what? I think it's a moist crumb. So I'm going to remove it and set it on a rack. The directions say when you remove the cake from the oven to use both hands using pot holders, not one. So I think that's because of it being cardboard. You know, it's flexible. It's not like a small metal pan that you could just pull out with one hand. So it says to cool it in the pan for 15 minutes before removing, and that's what we'll do next. The 15 minutes are up. Now it says to flip the cake over. Big cool press. Press on the bottom. I don't know what that means. Pressing. It's not like there's a button there or anything. So I don't like that idea, and it's not coming loose. So I'm going to get, a dinner knife. I don't like their idea. Press. So it's coming out the sides really nicely. I don't know about that magic button in the center though. Okay. Press. Can you see that? I hope you can. Oh, that was better. Okay. So, I don't know what they're talking about. And they said, the directions say, peel off the cake pan disc. Cake pan disc? There's no disc. And place the cake right side up on a wire rack. Okay, so now I'm going to put it back on the wire rack. It needs to cool completely before we frost it anyway, but next we'll be making the frosting. Time to make the frosting. So I'm starting with 4 tablespoons of softened butter, which is a half a stick. And they suggested using a bowl with high sides. So this is my spare bowl, which is a little smaller than the main one. And then they said to blend it on high or mix it on high for a whole minute. With that little bit of butter, it's hard to say what difference it makes. Okay, so now it basically looks like this. And they want you to take it away from the beaters and open up the pouch of frosting. Get it in there. And then one more ingredient they want added is, and it says exactly 1 teaspoon of water. So I have exactly 1 teaspoon of water. Now the other interesting thing is, after you do that, and yes, my dog is eating again, they want you to use a spoon or spatula to fully incorporate the butter and this mixture, which is an interesting thought. And it did say frosting on that one. So I don't like how it's going on here. I don't remember ever making frosting like this before. So I think the idea is before you blend it again in the blender, they don't want it blowing all over the place. So they suggested that you press it against the sides. Let's see if I'm getting that into the... to get the chocolate and the butter mixed together. And you know it's happening when it starts to get that dark chocolatey appearance. You just want all this dryness incorporated. I was going to suggest that you could let your teenagers make this after school, but I don't know. They might not read this. And the way they've written the directions, it's like this gold writing, dark gold writing on a creamy background. It's hard to read. So I don't know if teenagers would be careful enough. Okay, so mine is pretty chocolatey looking at this point. See if you can see that. Yes. So I'm going to put it back into the mixer, and I will be blending this on high for 2 minutes. Oh, I just got butter on the side. Now in the instructions, it has one more thing to say, and that is, it might be a little too stiff, or you might not like the consistency, and they said you can add up to a half a teaspoon of water to make it more creamy. And I wonder if it is going to be a little hard to spread, but I don't know. What do you think? I think I'm going to add that little I'm just going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of water. And I'm going to, after having now set it down, I'm going to blend it a few more seconds. You know what? It's close enough. Now we're ready to frost the cake. Now, of course, I want to know how easy this is going to be to frost. Well, it's not bad. It's obviously buttercream. All that butter was good in this. And, you know, I don't know how close I'm going to come to the picture. And I'm not with a flat, I'm using a plate here, so it's not really ideal. Some kind of a flat cake stand that I'm too lazy to get out right now. What a mess. Okay, so there's still a little bit of, the dog's barking, great. A little bit of frosting still left in the bowl. Here, let's see, can we see that? But now we do the taste test. Before we taste it, does it look like the picture on the box? I don't know. The chocolate cake does look quite dark. I like a dark chocolate cake. The frosting is a little lighter, but taste test next. Here goes. It's spongy. Well, it's light and airy. It's not dense. I have to see what cake tastes like without the frosting. It's good. It's chocolatey, it's light. It's not dry, which is good. I don't like dry cake. I don't know that I like it better than my chocolate wonder cake. I might like my chocolate wonder cake better. But it's definitely worth a try. If you tend to not make cakes from scratch, and you'd rather buy a box mix, this is a nice alternative to just have a small cake. Now you saw that size, 2 to 4 people, so 4 easily. 2 would be 2 gigantic pieces between 2 people. So it's pretty good. It comes in other flavors as well. So check it out at your grocery store, see if you can get a coupon. They're usually in the Sunday papers. All right, thanks, bye.